Hello, amigos. This is Yashshree, and you're watching iMoist Live. Hey, everyone. Happy New Year. This is Yashshree coming to you live on 2020 at NASA. Despite the miserable and forever remembered year of 2020, it was a historic year for NASA, acting as a trademark moment in space tech, flight, and space discoveries. Today, I'll be talking about the year 2020 at NASA. These are the topics I'll be covering today: humans in space, moon to Mars, and solar system and beyond. Humans in space. On May 30th, astronauts Bob and Doug got launched into the International Space Station using Elon Musk's SpaceX-developed vehicle Falcon 9. This SpaceX Demo 2 test flight to the ISS was the first human space mission to get launched from the United States since the end of the space shuttle program in 2011. This launch was followed by the first commercial crewed rotational flight to the station, carrying 4 astronauts aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft named Resilience. The month of November marked the 20th anniversary of humans continuously living and working on the International Space Station, and Christina Koch set a record for a 328-day stay on an orbital outpost, making her the first ever woman who spent the most time in space on a single mission. Moon to Mars. NASA has made progress with the recently announced program to land a man and the first woman on the moon, called the Artemis program. The Space Launch System, SLS, rocket's core stage has been tested continuously, as well as the beginning and final preparations on the Orion spacecraft for the uncrewed Artemis 1 launch in 2021. The Artemis program being the ultimate series of launches from the moon that would eventually lead and aid in human exploration on Mars. Additionally, NASA graduated the first class of candidates for future missions to the ISS, the moon, and the Red Planet, as well as accepting over 12,000 applicants for the next class of Artemis generation candidates. The solar system and beyond. There was a steady stream of groundbreaking scientific discoveries and accomplished missions in 2020. OSIRIS-REx spacecraft declared touchdown on the asteroid Bennu in October, collecting samples from the surface of the asteroid. NASA hopes that once this cache sample from Bennu reaches Earth, it would help teach us about the ancient roots and origins of the solar system. NASA also identified a molecule in the atmosphere of one of Saturn's moons, Titan. This molecule has never before been detected or discovered in any other atmosphere. This could point the way to the presence of more complex compounds situated that are suitable for life. In July, NASA successfully launched the Perseverance rover and the helicopter Ingenuity to Mars on the Mars 2020 mission. This rover will be the first robotic vehicle on Mars to drill and store samples on the Martian surface, set up for second ignitions to return to Earth. Meanwhile, Ingenuity will be the first mini helicopter to attend flight on another planet. This adventure awaits as they're set to land on Mars in February of 2021. As of January 18, 2021, these are the statistics of the programs of the mission. That's all for your mission briefing on 2020 at NASA. Until next time, fellow crewmate.
Everyone has heard of entrepreneurship, right? If you haven't, have you been living under a rock for the past 4 billion years? The Oxford Dictionary defines it as the activity of setting up business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. Basically, what that definition means is that some person is daredevil enough to start their own business and then take on the challenges of the business world and hope to earn some money. Becoming an entrepreneur is easier than you may think. You don't have to start with a large T-Rex business like Apple. It could be as simple as opening up a lemonade stand at your park. People who are entrepreneurs are creative and daring. Someone daredevil enough to fight against the business world has to be hardworking. Since they are their own boss, no one is going to tell them what to do or how they are doing. Unless you get demoted or you have a co-founder. Either one of those is equally likely. Entrepreneurs are responsible for how their business turns and how they maneuver their business. They have to think about their business for the full 48 hours in a day. One's business can be an overnight hit or an overnight flop. They have to consistently be thinking about how they make their business better, how to make sure their customers are satisfied with their products, how they can make more money from their products. We need to give them a hats off or a nothing off, depending on if you're wearing a hat on. There's some advantages of being an entrepreneur, as well as some disadvantages, but the worst of all Failure. If you are a daring entrepreneur, you will need to show courage in order to succeed. Like I said before, if you decide to become an entrepreneur, then the 72 hours of your day will be spent on your business. Yes, there will be some breaks, but not as much as you are having right now. And also, your list will not be to procrastinate. So, what did we learn today? That if you become an entrepreneur, you'll have to spend 96 hours of your day, every day, from Sunday to Saturday. They have the grind and rewind lifestyle, and we should be very impressed with them.
Hi, I'm Akshara Sanjay, and you're watching I'm Voice Live. Being an older sibling makes you only think of the downsides of having a younger, annoying brother or sister. But really, I know that older siblings can be a little bit mean. Okay, really extremely mean. But what type of older sibling are you without being mean to your younger sibling? Anyways, my brother sees me as annoying as well. So I'm going to be talking about me from what I think is my brother's point of view. 1. Food. I approach the dining table with precaution. My older sister is peacefully eating her dinner while reading. My tummy rumbles and my mom still isn't ready with my food. Without thinking, I grab a piece of shrimp off my sister's plate, and before I can take a bite, I race off, my sister yelling and following me. That was my brother's point of view whenever he's hungry. I may be a bit mad if he steals something, but stealing my food has reached the limit. 2. Spending time. Knock, knock, knock. What? My sister yells from her room. Can we play a game? I'm so bored and mom and dad are sleeping. I reply. I already know what the answer is going to be. No. I was right. Turns out she's trying to sleep, and I trudge back to my room knowing that I will ask her a little later again and receive the same answer. Look, I know my brother wants to spend time with me, and I do spend time with him, but whenever I do, he ends up getting violent and we start fighting. Lastly, 3. Maybe the most annoyingest and meanest I am to him. TV. I'm snuggled up in front of the TV and I just finished the 3rd episode of Lego Ninjago, and the little next episode countdown is about to finish. The next episode plays and I bob my head along to the theme song. Then I see my sister walking down the stairs looking tired. Can I watch TV? You've been watching for so long. I tell her after this episode, and after she sees that I've just started the episode, she sighs and goes upstairs. Wow, she must have had a lot of schoolwork to not get mad at me for not letting her watch TV, I thought to myself. I draw my attention back to the TV and see the Serpentine attacking Ninjago City. Wow, I missed a lot. Hi, back to me. Nowadays, if my brother doesn't let me watch TV, I go upstairs and call my friends or read. But if it's the weekend, you best bet I'm going to go all out to get my fair share of Cobra Kai. Even if both older and younger siblings are annoying, we all know at the end of the day, we don't know how we would survive without them. Thank you.
Recently, we had a holiday honoring Martin Luther King Jr. So let's talk about his life and his famous I Had a Dream speech. Martin Luther King Jr. is most known for his campaigns to end racial segregation on public transport and for racial equality in the United States. Martin Luther King Jr. made his famous I Had a Dream speech, which boosted the Civil Rights Act and helped empower other people to fight for equality. So on MLK Day, we remember all the amazing things that Martin Luther King Jr. did to help end segregation and have unity for everyone. So who is Martin Luther King Jr.? So he was a social rights activist in the United States in the 1950s and also in the 1960s. He was a leader of the American Civil Rights Movement. He organized a number of peaceful protests as the head of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, including the March on Washington in 1963, and he was also a very big factor in stopping segregation, along with other activists like Rosa Parks. How did Martin Luther King Jr. Day even start in the first place? So, on November 3rd, 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a bill marking the third Monday of January as Martin Luther King Jr. Day. According to the center, the holiday was to begin in 1986. So, in January of 1986, the first National Martin Luther King Jr. holiday was started. So, what can we do to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day? First of all, we can go deeper into his speeches. He has made many different speeches along with his famous I Had a Dream speech. And they are very in-depth and in detail. They can make you feel empowered and feel like you can do anything if you put your mind to it. You can participate in a giving march. Once it's safe to go outside, this is an amazing thing to do to appreciate his efforts. But also another thing you can do is appreciate all the efforts that he did to take the world one step closer to being unified and safe for everybody. So that's all about Martin Luther King Jr. Day and what you can do to celebrate. I hope you learned something new about this day and we properly celebrate all the accomplishments of Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you.